bond investment, bond rate of return, or bond yield calculation. This is a typical scenario for bond investment where you pay the bond has something called face value. So at the end of the maturity period, you are guaranteed to get that. It also depends on the conditions, but typically this is how a bond look like. So let's say you are going to invest $1,000 bond, which pays about 5% interest. Also, bond pays generally not per year. All the interest rates are typically mentioned per year, but generally bond may pay every 6 months, every 3 months, quarterly or monthly interest that you can receive from a bond. And at the end of the maturity period, in this case, let's say 10-year bond, you get that face value of the bond, which is $1,000 in this case, back. And then if you are expecting a minimum attractive rate of return 3%, one of the question is what is the maximum you can pay for this bond today. So basically the present value of the bond, so you can make a decision whether to buy the bond or not. So here is the face value. So I extracted all this value from that description. So there are two things in bond calculation. One is you're going to receive that $1,000 after 10 years. So we'll have to convert that money into today's value. Also, you're going to receive $25, so 2.5% every 6 months. So that 10,000 to 2.5% is $25. So every 6 months you're going to receive $25. So you're going to convert that into present value and add these two cash flow together to see what's the total present value of this investment. So simply you can use that function called PV, and then rate is semi-annual rate is 1.3%. Then comma, there are 26 months in 10 years. We are only, there's no payment. We are going to see what the value of this $1,000 into today's value. I'm going to use a negative sign so it returns positive value. So that's the value of that $1,000 we're going to receive after 10 years. And then the next is again this PV function for this PV. It's the same rate, 20 compounding period. Now we are going to see how much this $25 that we're going to receive every 6 months, how much that for next 10 years, how much is the total equivalent in today's dollar. Zero future value, and then end of the period interest compounding. So here is these two cash flows, and then you basically sum these two to determine the total value of that $1,000 bond today. So the question is, how much are you willing to pay for that bond today? It will be $1,171.69.